The culture of self-love, especially the toxic aspect of it, has taken over the world, and it only gives you glimpses of what it's actually to truly love yourself. It impedes you from experiencing the journey of connecting with yourself and loving yourself. And because Aliri Vega Universe is dedicated to the philosophy of self-love, I felt called to make this video. It's going to get a little bit controversial, but isn't this why you're here? Welcome back to Aliri Vega Universe, a YouTube sanctuary dedicated to the philosophy of self-love to help you expand your consciousness, create change, and align with your frequency of true love. Toxic self-love redefines you. It's trying to redefine the definition of who you are, to give it a new wrap, a new essence, when the real self-love undefines you from anything that's trying to give you a definition, because you don't need a definition to be who you truly are at the core. A tree doesn't care what you define it as. A tree will still be a tree even if you call it a hippo. Alright, enough talk, let's start. Wherever you go on social media nowadays, you're bombarded everywhere with all this self-love, amazing things that tell you just you are perfect as you are. Just take a freaking bubble bath with a hot chocolate and a glass of wine. And I don't drink wine, but the hot chocolate sounds good. And like all these glamorized things, I don't need to tell you about them. You've seen it at least once, and you've done them. We've all done them, and there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is that this self-love culture that has been created out of nowhere, who did it? Anyway, the toxic aspect of self-love culture is toxic because it feeds you the idea that you lost something, that you are missing something, the self-love. And without it, you can't have anything. And it's fundamentally wrong, because if we go back with our frequencies and connect with ourselves, your natural state is a state of the frequency of love. It's one of the parts of your states. So peace, joy, and love are the natural aspects of your natural state when you disconnect from your mind. This is why I'm saying, don't think, feel into things. So you don't lack anything. You don't need to look for self-love. You just need to connect with who you truly are, and you naturally love yourself. You naturally experience the unconditional love towards yourself. So let's see the 5 ways that I invite you to look from a very fresh, non-judgmental, like looking at a little child perspective to these things, so you can see and tune in what feels actually off with that and why, so you don't fall into that trap and you don't subconsciously, unintentionally lead others that way as well. Because I believe that, that's what I believe. I don't know, maybe somebody did it on purpose. I believe that nobody created this toxic aspect of self-love on purpose. It's just we like the glamour, we like the fun stuff, and we did it too much. Okay, so the 5 insanities that are going on with the toxic culture of self-love. Number 1, it creates a lot of conditions. Just listen, the condition: you must first love yourself before anyone else around loves you. You must love yourself if you want to be happy or fulfilled. You must love yourself if you want to manifest your dreams and you want to manifest abundance and whatever the hell you want to manifest. We can keep going down this rabbit hole, and you're actually welcome to comment what are some things that the toxic culture of self-love made you believe that you are losing if you don't love yourself first. This message is very subtle, and this is why it works so well, especially over time, to make you, with all these conditions, feel more unworthy of love and happiness rather than worthy. Insanity number 2. It creates this over-exaggerated, unrealistic, over-glamorized idea of what it looks like what life looks like when you love yourself. Just think about all these amazing posts that you see of just giving yourself all these flowers and chocolates and bubble baths with all the nice things, just lighting up all the candles in there. And if you don't do that, that's not self-love. That's not how it should look like. Even if it doesn't directly say that, that's what makes your mind think. Your mind can't stop from thinking that. So I invite you to just a little bit detach yourself from this idea, take a step away and look from the side at all of this glamour that's going on here with self-love. You don't always have the candles. Yes, it's nice and romantic to treat yourself to whatever you want to treat yourself, but it doesn't have to be like this. I love bubble baths and I take them twice a year. I make sure I make an Instagram post when I do that, so everybody knows that I live a very glamorous, loving myself life. The point is that you don't need all these fancy, glamorous things, romanticized things to love yourself. What this over-glamorized, unrealistic idea of what self-love should look like really is good for is for selling. It can sell you anything and everything, and it will, because it pushes the right button in your mind and it triggers the right emotions. And it does for me too. This is why I have a lot of cosmetic products that I don't need, because it's self-love. And this is the perfect point to transition in the insanity number 3, which is the toxic aspect of self-love, the culture of self-love. It's very superficial and very zombifying, I like to say that. Just look at it from a side, like a child that's totally ruining everything and doesn't realize it. It focuses on the superficial, little romantic things that are good. By no means they're bad, but it's not addressing the not so glamorous and romantic aspects that come in the play of self-love that we just mentioned. It's afraid of addressing the elephant in the room. Toxic self-love zombifies you. It makes you follow a set of fluffy rules about what self-love should look and feel like. And what may feel and look like self-love to you may not feel like self-love to someone else. It's not a universal thing. It's very personalized. Now my favorite one, the insanity number 4 of the toxic culture of self-love. It makes you think that you're the center of the universe, when actually you're just a part of it. And not in a bad sense that you're not important. You are actually very important, because you are an important part that through which the universe experiences itself. But you're not the center of it. And that's it. Let's just get over that. And it's a very thin, faded gray line, because yes, there is nothing more important than you. But if you go into that concept, before you grasp the concept that everything around you is also you, you're connected to everything around you, and you go then into the concept that there is nothing more important than you, then you create a separation between you and everything else in the world, and you just become a toxic person to yourself and to everything and everyone around. And here's the problems that it creates. When you enter this reality of self-praise and self-infatuation, it takes you away from you. It creates a lot of separation between you and the world. And it also just puts this veil of illusions in front of you, and you're just again like a zombie, just telling yourself that everything is good when maybe it's not. Here's a personal example to this. I used to tell myself that go for it, you got this, you are strong, you are amazing, you're powerful, you're smart, you got this, you definitely got this, you are a winner, just go for it. You can't quit right now because your dreams and goals are just around the corner. You got this. And many times most of the times, that was the time when I had to just tell myself that, you know, girl, you're done right now. You can barely brush your teeth right now. What the hell are you doing? Just turn everything off, send everyone to the moon, to whatever, I don't care. Just tell everyone, go out of my eyes. And disconnect yourself. You need time to recharge. Nothing will go away. Because you know you can do whatever you want, whatever you put your mind to, you will do it, but not right now. You will create a different time. The world doesn't end in this moment, but you can end because you are in a burnout right now. And I didn't, and I did burn out, and I did had a depression, and I did had developed anxiety. I was running through life in a fight or flight mode for so long because I was practicing this superficial aspect of self-love, this toxic aspect of self-love. This is why it's so close to my heart to create this channel about the philosophy of self-love, the true aspect of it, looking at all the unglamorous things of it, and the insanity number 5 of the toxic self-love culture. It makes you believe that you are perfect, that you're invincible, that you are, I don't know, that you know no limit. Though your being may not who you truly are, but remember, you are living a human experience, and this human body and the human mind does no limits, and it creates them, unfortunately or fortunately. It puts a veil over your eyes, your soul, your feelings, that prevents you from seeing the opportunities of growth for yourself because you think that you're perfect. It inhibits your progress, it inhibits your growth, it inhibits you from discovering yourself. And when you believe that you're perfect and there isn't, like, you're just the best of the best and there is never anything wrong with you, maybe you don't really look at that way at first, but there are a lot of the self-love practices, the toxic self-love practices, make you believe that, and I was in that trap, so I know what I'm talking about. And fine, it makes you a little bit cringy to others, maybe just a little bit toxic to others, maybe not a little bit, but a lot. That's not the main problem. The main problem that you become toxic to yourself in the first place, because you might be feeding into the bad habits, like you're living this YOLO life that, you know what, I deserve this 10 packs of beer, I don't know, because I love myself. And it creates this idea that I actually really don't like. It really just rubs off the wrong way with me. This part of, I just accept myself the way I am. And there's so many thin gray lines here with this statement, and it's toxic in so many ways when you haven't practiced other things to connect with yourself before telling yourself this. And it will lead you to not addressing important parts of your life that, if you don't address them, are hurting you in so many ways. For example, the popular thing, the body image, right? I am a believer that nobody should ever judge anyone's body. It's not your freaking body, so you're not the one to judge it or say anything about somebody's body if you haven't been asked for it. But when it comes to ourselves, it's like, for example, myself, right? I have never been obese or overweight, but I know also that because I know how to feel with myself, what is the weight that, or the condition of my body, right? That I definitely know it's not good for me and it doesn't make me feel good. Not in the sense that I don't like what I see in the mirror, in a sense that it just doesn't feel good, right? So let's even say the pimples, okay? That would be an easier example. I do get breakouts sometimes. I know even when I get them from what. And I pay a close attention to it. Yes, I don't judge myself like, oh my God, I'm ugly because I have like a pimple or something. oh, it's fine, I have a pimple, not a big deal. I will cover it if I need it for aesthetical purposes. I will not cover it if the aesthetical purposes don't matter in that situation, at least to me. But I will take that in consideration to know that what is it a sign of? What do I need to heal about my body? What is it telling me, that pimple? The same comes with your body weight, the same comes with the condition of your hair, the condition of your mental health and everything. So when you just tell yourself in a toxic way, I accept myself the way I am, I'm perfect the way I am, you are ripping yourself off the opportunity to improve, to grow, and to see the important red flags and exclamation marks that are trying to tell you what you can heal right now about yourself from a very loving and accepting place. And this aspect of the toxic self-love culture, actually all of these aspects, are so good to just sell to you and sell you into things. You're perfect. Just keep buying. Just keep consuming. You're perfect. You're amazing. You got this. Just buy it. That's what the toxic self-love culture is very good for. So maybe you want, or maybe you don't want, to run a self-check and see what kind of things the toxic self-love culture is selling you into, what kind of things it's manipulating you into, and what is it actually taking you away from. So keep feeling into your life, keep opening up your consciousness, your mind, your eyes, your perspective onto life, so you can feel better ways that are more in alignment with you to love yourself at a deeper level. Thank you very much for being here today. I hope you had a lot of fun in today's episode. And if you want to see more videos about the philosophy of self-love, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And you can see more videos here that you can check out and that can help you to expand your consciousness, create more powerful change in your life, and align with your frequency of love. Thank you for being here today. Share this video if you feel that it's very powerful, and see you in the next video. Bye.